Hey guys, welcome back. My Nana loves the my hair is kind of shedding right now. Welcome back, my Nana lovies and gents. Welcome to another video. Also, I want to say thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you for the people that support me. You are very much appreciated. Now let's just get right into it, okay? You know, the twist looking a little juicy or whatever. Looking a little juicy. This video is going to be about like my mental health, what I've been going through. I'm not going to get too detailed, you know, because I'm more of a private person. I don't want my business out there like that. But yeah, I just want to like really connect with you guys. I want you guys to get to know like a little bit of like what I've been going through. Yeah. So I'm just going to start by saying, for the past year, I was in a relationship. Okay? I was in a relationship the past year. And it's just a lot that happened. I'm not going to go too much into detail about it. This is just like I'm just explaining like what it did to me mentally, emotionally, just kind of what I've been through. I think in a way I'm kind of still like in denial about it. Let me do this because my hair is just looking like how it's looking. I think I'm still in denial about some things, maybe a little bit. So I don't really like to admit to myself like what the relationship really was. Yeah, this looks really bad. Don't mind that. That's just a bunch of shedded hair. My hair been through some stuff, okay? Don't judge her. But yeah, I think I'm just having a hard time like really coming to terms with what I actually been through, like mentally and emotionally. When you really care about somebody, when you really feel like you love somebody or care about somebody, like you do what you can to make them happy, like you do what you can to make things right. You don't give up on that person, And the past year in that relationship, I can say that I definitely lost myself. And it has taken me some months to kind of like find myself again. Like, yeah. It's taken me months to find myself again. It took me about 4 times to finally leave and let it go. It was toxic in different ways that I won't say on here. But yeah, it was toxic. And I just needed to leave. One thing I've learned this year, never ignore your intuition, because your intuition will always steer you the right way. And your intuition never steers you wrong, So never ignore it. It took me 4 times to leave. The 4th time was very hard for me. I spent a lot of nights crying. I was very hurt. Like, it really hurt me deep because I really saw something with this person. Like, they were everything that I felt like or thought that I wanted. They checked everything off the list. Yeah. But over time, I just lost myself, and it took me 4 times to leave. I mean, one thing that made me go, it was something that was said that just really hurt, because I know how I felt, and for them to say what they said to me, I just kind of like, I don't know, I was already in a bad place mentally and emotionally, and I didn't open up a lot about it in a relationship because I didn't feel like, at some point I didn't feel like my feelings were valid. I felt like my feelings didn't matter. There was a lot of this is really hard to talk about because I just so hard to talk about. There was a lot of emotional abuse. There's a lot of emotional abuse. A lot of manipulation in different ways that I never realized until I got out of it. I also had my toxic traits, that I came to notice, so I'm not blaming it on him. It was partly me too, could have communicated or whatever, but I don't want to blame myself for the situation. Self-love. But it was a lot of manipulation, emotional abuse. I was having panic attacks at some points because it just got too much. My parents weren't too fond of him. Nobody liked him. But I stuck with him. I stuck with him because I always felt like I understood his perspective. I always felt like what he said, there was always some sense to it. I was by his side, and I felt like I always had to like clear his name, stick up for him, although I didn't because I had conflicting feelings. Like, I'm a very intuitive person, and I just know things. I just know what's right and I know what's wrong. And I was just in this place where I'm just like, I got my parents and I got the guy I'm dating that I really like, that I see something with, and I'm just being pulled back and forth. And I really wanted to like explain this to the person I was dating at the time, like that I was really going through some stuff. Like, this relationship has made me realize like how serious mental health is and how it can really affect you, and I don't think I've ever gotten to a place this low. Like, I was really at a low place, mentally and emotionally. Like, I wasn't myself at all. Like, I'm just now getting back to normal, and being in toxic situations will definitely change you for the worst. Okay? So my parents didn't like him, but I always saw the good in him, I always saw the good in him, and I really wanted it to work. I didn't want to leave, but I just felt like there was nothing else I could do, and I was going through a lot internally. Stuff. I don't know, and then, I'm sorry I'm all over the place. I'm just trying not to give, like, too much detail, because I kind of want to keep it, like, private, but I want you guys to know what I've been going through, because I would like for you to get to know me. Things he would do, like trying to get a reaction out of me on purpose. And at the time, I didn't think that was like manipulation. I didn't think that was a toxic behavior. I just thought it was just being annoying. Then there would be times where like I would say no to something, and then he would try to like, push me to do it, not indirectly, I mean, not directly. It would be like an indirect. I be picking up on energy, okay? I just felt like I was pressured, sometimes, or a lot of times. I felt like I was pressured. I didn't have my own voice. I didn't have my own feelings. I really felt like, I guess I kind of felt like he was trying to change me. And I felt that at some point. Oh, this hair. Okay. But yeah, I felt that at some point he was trying to like change me and mold me into what he wanted me to be. And that really just went bad for me over time. I was having panic attacks. That happened like a couple times when it got really bad because there was a situation with my parents and him. And that gave me really bad anxiety. The cops were called, sent to his house, and that scared the crap out of me. I just been through a lot of traumatizing things in the past year. Well, things that I felt traumatized me, So yeah. And then I also, on top of all that, I wasn't getting enough sleep. I wasn't getting enough sleep. So that caused me to grow bags under my eye. I mean, they're going down now. They're a lot smaller. They were a lot bigger before. But yeah, they're going down now. It caused me to lose sleep. Over time, I did start to lose weight over time. My hair started to change because I was so stressed out emotionally. I stopped talking to my family. I stopped talking to my family eventually because I felt shame. I felt shame, and I just felt like I couldn't talk to my family about it because I didn't want to feel judged. So I just kept these feelings to myself. It's been hard. I really wish I could go into detail. Maybe I will later, but I can't right now. I'm not ready to really go into detail. I'm just giving general, just talking in general about what I went through. But yeah, I didn't feel like I could come to anybody about it. And I was really hiding things from everybody just because of what I was going through and how I felt. And it would be moments where I really needed him to really care, because I had moved out my apartment. What else? So I lost a lot of money. So it was a point where I had to get myself back to a good place financially. So there was that. So throughout the relationship, I just feel like if I had done anything for myself, he would not like it. Me hanging out with people. I noticed that it was a couple times where I was supposed to go out with somebody, a friend, and I told him, and time just went by. He has acted as if I didn't just tell him that that I was supposed to go out, and I have felt like it was done on purpose, but I was like, no, that's not. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't purposely make me miss a date with a friend, or a hanging out day with a friend. He wouldn't do that. No, but that's what my intuition was telling me. My intuition, my spirit was really telling me things. But I wasn't listening because I was like, you're not like that. You wouldn't do that. So yeah, basically, he would kind of like make me miss things with people, or I would be late to things, or it would take me a while to get to wherever I needed to go because of something he needed to do. You know, I would be held back because I had to do something for him, you know. And when you're in a relationship, yes, you're supposed to prioritize the person you're with, you know, to a certain extent, you know, like, but this extent I felt was toxic. I felt like it was toxic. What else? So he would kind of hold me back from like hanging out with my loved ones or like friends. So like at some point I was like, I might as well even hang out. Now I just always felt like I was walking on eggshells. I always felt like I always felt guilty if I did anything for myself. And I won't lie, you know, he helped me out a lot after I lost my apartment because it had mold in it. I'll get into that in another video. But yeah, he really helped me out a lot. Ooh, my scalp is a little dry. Yeah, he helped me out a lot the past year, you know. And I can give him that. He was very helpful. He was a very kind individual. But I learned that when someone is too kind, too giving, too willing to drop everything for you, that can be a red flag for manipulation or control. Yeah. But in the beginning, I didn't really, I don't know, maybe I did, but I didn't really think it was too bad that he was helping me out a lot. I just thought it was really sweet, you know, like, but over these months, I've been doing my research, you know, and it's not good for somebody to just always drop everything and just shower you with their attention. And yeah. And there was a lot of projecting. Like, he would have certain behaviors and project it onto me. There was that. Yeah, I really had to do some healing. I can say I'm in a better place now, which is why I'm talking about it. But I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of uncomfortable. Because the nice person in me does not want to think that he in any way manipulated me or there was any emotional abuse. You know. The good heart in me does not want to think that. But that's what happened. And that's the reality. You know, I was basically put out, like, I think I was put out of his apartment like 2 times. Yeah, I think it was 2 times. I could be wrong, but I think it was twice that I was put out. And you know, that hurt. It hurt for someone that I really cared about to just put me out. You know, like, it just wasn't okay. And also, the apartment I'm in now, he did help me move. But I had to move everything into my apartment on my own. That was difficult. And it was hot. I didn't have any help to move my stuff into my apartment. You know. I mean, he helped me get the moving truck and all of that. But I basically moved into my apartment by myself. I mean, he helped me with like the big stuff. But he treated me like I was a child. You know, like I was treated like a child. Like I couldn't do anything for myself. That's how I was treated. You know, and that made me feel like I wasn't good enough. It made me feel like my feelings weren't valid. It made me feel like I couldn't do anything without him because he had helped me so much. You know, and yeah, he had helped me so much. So that started to make me feel like I just couldn't measure up to everything he did for me. Like, nothing I ever did I felt was good enough. I just didn't feel like I was enough. You know, and there was also times where he made me feel insecure, you know. You know, sometimes when you're in a relationship, you know, and this is a toxic behavior. You never do this in a relationship. But you never talk about the opposite sex in a sexual way. Or like in a flirtatious way if you respect the person you're with. You know, like that's just disrespectful. And that just causes the person you're with to become insecure, if you guys know what I'm saying. But yeah. So over time, I did become insecure. Just a little bit, not like a heavy extent. This one is kind of merged together. Oh well, it's gonna be like that. But yeah, I also became like codependent on this relationship. I just felt like everybody else was like everybody else didn't have my best interests. I started to feel like that. He would tell me things, you know, and it made me feel like, oh, maybe he right. And I won't lie, he was right about some stuff, you know. But it just really took away like my ability to think for myself and really do things on my own because I wanted to do it, not because he was like getting in my ear or my head. You know. Yeah. And after I left, you know, getting into like the ending of it, I did a lot of crying. I was in a really low place. I just felt like everything was my fault. I would get long paragraphs. The third time we broke up, I got long paragraphs about everything that I did wrong, all my flaws, how messed up I am, how, yeah. I would get things like that. It really like messed me up, and it really put me down a lot. And I would try to block it and ignore it, but it was hard because I cared about him and I cared about what he had to say. Gotta redo this one. But yeah, I cared about what he had to say, and that was not healthy for me when it came to my healing. Towards the end of the relationship, I wasn't like cleaning up. I wasn't really eating a lot. Had bags under my eyes. My hair was not in the best health. Yeah, I just didn't have a desire to do anything anymore. I just felt like my world revolved around him after a while. Like, I just felt like I was just a disappointment to him, and I didn't like that. And I really wanted to like make it right with him. Although when you're dealing with somebody with these traits, you can never make it right. It's not up to you to make it right. It wasn't up to me to make it right. Yeah. But like I said, I have my own issues too, like with communication and stuff like that. Um, but it's just never okay to manipulate and belittle people. You know, he really broke me down, you know, like internally and self-esteem wise. And I never wanted to admit that to myself because I believe that I'm a strong person no matter what I've been through in life. And I still believe that, you know, I still believe I'm a strong person. I don't let anything really tear me down completely. You know, I might get a little bruise. I might fall a little bit. You know, I might fall a little bit, get a little scratch. But I get back up and I keep moving, you know, because I'm not going to let somebody have that much power over me anymore. Okay? But yeah, like, I was just going through it. You know, now I'm going through therapy. It's days where I just realize different things about the relationship. Like, I'm still, like, going through it. I'm still realizing new things that I might not have noticed while I was in the situation. You know? Because it's like once you're out of it, you gain clarity about yourself and also the other person that you were in a relationship with, you know? I notice my faults, but I also notice his, you know, but I have no ill will towards him. Like, I wish him the best. You know, I have no harsh feelings towards him. I do wish for him to heal, and I'm working on my healing and just becoming better as a person and not letting anybody have that much power over me at all, any time in my life, no anymore. Okay. Yeah. But I am in therapy right now, and that seems to help. You know, I journal. Journaling really helped me move forward. The last time I talked to him was like some months ago, like 3 months ago, I think, or 4 months. I don't know. It was before the spring when I talked to him. But yeah, I haven't talked to him, so I'm doing a lot better. I'm healing. I feel more like myself again. Yeah, but I just want to say, if anybody else has been in like a toxic situation where they felt like they were manipulated or emotionally abused, you know, emotional abuse is real. Okay? Just because you're not being physically abused does not mean you're not being emotionally abused. Like, there's different types of abuse. Yeah. Like, I really felt like I was going crazy in this relationship. There was a lot of gaslighting. I experienced a lot. And how I know is because I just did I spent a lot of time by myself. So I just realized a lot of things. And it helped me, like, move forward internally. And it helps me and keeps me from not going back. You know, because when you're with somebody that is manipulative, controlling, there's really no going back. You know, because people don't change overnight. So, yeah. But to heal, I journaled. I still journal from time to time, just when I'm feeling something or when I find something new that I want to find something new that I noticed. Like, doing these evaluations about what I've been through really helps me heal. Like, it had gotten to a point where I couldn't even work because I was working at home. Like, I couldn't even work from home. Like, my mental, my emotional was, like, really bad. Like, I had really high anxiety from this relationship. I didn't realize until I got out. But the no sleep, ooh, and then jumping out of my sleep in the middle of the night more than once. You know, I wasn't getting proper sleep because of anxiety, because I was constantly like, I was in that mode of like, oh, what did I do this time? Or, oh, how is he feeling this time? Or, you know, like I was really anxious. So it took me a while to like get my nervous system to calm down, get my anxiety levels to go down. I did a lot of meditating, a lot of praying, a lot of journaling, a lot of venting to friends, you know, like I just really needed to take the time to really heal before I got back on YouTube, you know, yeah. But from this relationship, I learned a lot about myself. I will say that. And it wasn't all bad. There wasn't nothing but bad moments. You know, there was good moments too. There was a lot of good moments. I'll say we both learned something from each other. Although there were toxic traits in the both of us. But, yeah. Let me not blame myself. I gotta stop doing that. But yeah, he really made me feel like I was the worst person ever after a while. Like, I just felt like a bad person. I felt like I just could do no right. Like, that's how I was feeling for a while, you know? Like, I was really hurt during this relationship. Yeah. But, that's my little story time, I guess, about what I've been through the past year with my previous relationship. So basically, I've been healing from emotional abuse. Just getting my mind right. Getting out of that state of anxiety. You know. Like, it just caused so much chaos within my life. I had recently got in an accident with my car. And I realized that the stress I was going through and everything that was going on, and how he would constantly remind me of my mistakes in the past and everything I done did wrong. All of that just in my head. I'm thinking about it. You know, all this emotional stress. And also on top of the stress of life, it just really like affected me. So in the wintertime, I had slid off the road and ran into a little pole. Not a pole, but it was like a wire that holds up the electrical pole. So I ran into that and my bumper's jacked up. So yeah, gotta get that fixed. So yeah, I just realized that the stress I was going through was really like making life hard. Like, I was really going through it. And it just really hurt me to know that the person I was with, I couldn't like really explain how I was feeling, what I was going through, because everything was used against me. My vulnerabilities were thrown in my face. And that just was very difficult to deal with. So eventually I just gave up talking about my feelings. I just held everything in, you know. Yep, a lot of boundaries were crossed. It was just a lot. And I'm glad and I thank God that I am okay and that I'm doing better. My stress levels have gone down. I do know that because I feel healthier. I haven't had any panic attacks, you know. I've gotten full nights of sleep. I'm sleeping better. So I'm doing way better. Just getting my life in order now. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish his hair because oh, I got hair in my eye. Yeah, I need to finish. Thank you guys for watching my video. Thanks for listening to me. If you or anyone you know has been through emotional abuse or manipulation, please let me know in the comment section how you dealt with it, what you did to deal with it. If you're still going through it, are you in it right now? I just want you to know that if you have, you're going to be okay, and you are not the worst person on earth. Stay strong, and I'm going to talk to you guys in another video. Deuces. So, what's up, my nana ladies and gents? Welcome to another video. Hey, I told you I was lit. Hey, I told you I won't quit. Hey, watch you make this hit.